This is going to be a response to From Nothing's video about why Afrocentric people are toxic. White people definitely have been trying to hide Black history, especially in the institutions that they control. That is literally one of the many elements of institutional racism. There is nothing wrong with using the Bible as a historical reference to solidify certain orientations and positions with regards to African people and African history. The biblical texts in their entirety were written in Africa and have survived in Remen-Kimi liturgy. Syncretism also played a major role in the advancement of African people, from enslavement and chattelization to liberation. Just because you see a Bible doesn't mean that the person using the Bible follows a Western theological stance or even takes part in scriptural legalism, in any sense of the word. African Americans and Haitians also have Ethiopian ancestry, whether we are talking about Ethiopia proper or Ethiopia in classical literature. The East African slave trade was a slave trade that intensified after 1807, especially in what's called the illegal slave trade, according to the research of Dr. Gerald Horne. U.S. slavers actually controlled the island of Zanzibar in the 1840s, and this was considered the Kmart of the international slave trade. Most of the people who use the Bible in the distortional way that is being depicted do not even identify as Afrocentrists. They are more so along the lines of One West Hebrew Israelites. Textuality is one of the many requirements of civilization and historical analysis. If we want to change the definition of what is considered history, that is a philosophy of history question, and to this date, no one has ever given a valid justification for moving textual references from their place of primacy in the realm of historiography. With that stated, Kemet and Kush is where the majority, if not all, of the classical textual references about African history come from. Nok, Dar-Tichet, Ibo Uku, etc. do not have any examples of articulated history in textual references during the classical period. For the most part, we have no idea who these people were or what they called themselves back then. We also don't know anything about their type of government, the different leaders that they have, etc., etc. In terms of oral history, there is a common bond among all African people that specifies our origins in the Happy River Valley, specifically near the Great Lakes region. The physical and material evidence validates a dispersal of Homo sapiens sapiens species from the Happy River Valley to the rest of the planet. Conventional chematologists start their analysis of Kemet in Central, Western, and Southern Africa. The peopling of Kemet and Kush from Inner Africa was proven internationally at the UNESCO Symposium in 1974 using a multidisciplinary approach. Without the textual references in classical Africa, we are left to speculating about ghost populations using Eurocentric ethnography. Afrocentrists have never stolen anyone's history. Abos, Hebrew Israelites, Moors, etc. hate Africa and anything that is associated with Afrocentrism. This is especially the case for these movements in North America. Black people cannot be racist. Saying something negative to another race is prejudice but not racism because it has nothing to do with political or economic power. Black people are not powerful enough to be racist, and white people do not have the ontological capacity to be anti-racist. Afrocentricity promotes the monogenetic origins of Homo sapiens sapiens in Africa using paleoanthropology. The African origins of civilization are valid because humanity originates in Africa, and the first civilizations were built on the African continent. The Met in New York has now admitted this.